gonna go ahead and let the magical air out the way. So I'm gonna wait 3 seconds, and then we're gonna get into it. All right, welcome back to your quick daily ministry with Devin. Today, this is number 9. This is number 9. This is number 9. This is January 9th. If you didn't know, so now I can know by the days of the month. Of this month, the next months, we're gonna be done. I'm just kidding, but yeah, we're gonna get straight into this. So today, hopefully you already read because I'm uploading late. We are in Genesis chapter 25, the end of it, all the way through Genesis 28, like at the very beginning. So you're reading 3 chapters, technically 2 full chapters, but 3 chapters, and a beginning of the 4th one. So I'm gonna just go how I did last time. Super short, but basically mainly what happened. So Esau, Isaac's child, just gave away his birthright to his younger one, Jacob, over some, what is it called? Over some food. He said, give me some of that red stew. And Jacob said, all right, but trade me your rights as the firstborn son. And Esau said, look, I'm dying of starvation. What good is my birthright to me right now? And then he did it. He said, first you must swear that your birthright is mine. So Esau swore on an oath and giving Jacob his, his rights of being the firstborn. Jacob was just like, he was just a little smarty pants, like I would have done the same thing. No, I wouldn't. I would have probably freaking just cried to my parents, but he ain't giving me no food, man. Come on. Alright. So, what happened? Isaac deceived the Egyptian prince, the Egyptian pharaoh that Abraham did, which is super funny. He freaking did the same thing that his dad did and said that his wife was his sister. Like, that's funny. Like, I'm sorry, but how you gonna get done by by the same dude's freaking child? That surprises me. And the Pharaoh he saw him caressing her and all that stuff. And he saw Isaac caressing Rebekah and said, she is obviously your wife. Why did you say she is my sister? He said, because I was afraid someone would kill me to get from me. And he was like, how could you do that to us? The Pharaoh exclaimed, one of my people might have taken your wife and slept with her, and you would have made us guilty of a great sin, which is funny because, that's what almost happened with Abraham. And then that's why he was freaking out over it, because Abraham gave him a great, what is it called? Dang, I can't even remember. A great sickness, I think. It was like a sickness or something bad. It was something close to that. But yeah, he was like, he made a thing saying anyone who touches Isaac and his wife will be put to death because they did not want God to come after him again. And then Isaac planted his crops that year and he harvested all his rights. And before that, please forgive me. The Lord appeared to Isaac and told him that he was the same God that from his father, and he told him the same stuff that he did to his father, promising land and all these descendants. And then Isaac planted his crops for the year, and he harvested times 100 more than he planted, for the Lord had blessed him, and he became very rich with stuff, just like that. And his wealth was still continuing to grow. The Pharaoh sent Isaac away, and so they went to the Gerar Valley, something close to that. And the Pharaoh came again, saying, Isaac asked, well, why do you hate me? No, why have you come here? You obviously hate me since you kicked me off your land. And then they made a treaty and a covenant. And the Pharaoh said, swear that you will not harm us, just as we have never troubled you, because he did not want what God could potentially do to him happening at all. So they made an oath and had a great feast. And guess what? At age 40, Isaac's second son, it was his first son, married two Hittites, I don't know, Hittite wives. That's crazy at the age of 40. But his wives made life miserable for Isaac and his wife, Rebecca. Rebecca. I'm gonna just keep saying. Nah, I'm being disrespectful. I don't want to be disrespectful. And then Isaac was turning blind and old, and he called for his older son and said, "My son, I'm an old man. I don't know when I will die. Take your bow and quiver full of arrows. Go to the open country to hunt and to prepare my favorite dish, and I'll pronounce the blessings that belong to you, my firstborn son, before I die." And guess what? Rebecca overheard what Isaac said to his son, the firstborn, and told Jacob exactly where some goats were for his favorite dish. And as soon as he got it, he prepared it and gave it to him. And Jacob took the food to his father, and he said, "Yes, my son." And he was like, "Who are you, Esau or Jacob?" And Jacob said, It's Esau, your firstborn son." I'm like, dang, dude. He was like, "Here's a wild game. Now sit up and eat so you can give me your blessing." Isaac asked, "How did you find it so quickly, my son?" He said, "The Lord, your God, put it in my path," Jacob replied. The God didn't lie, though. He did say that the older one would serve the younger son. And he was like, and then Isaac said, "Come closer so I can touch your face, touch you and make sure that you really are him." And before that, his mom put, so what is it called? She took Esau's favorite clothes and covered it and gave them to Jacob and covered him with a smooth part of his neck with the skin of young goats. So because the firstborn was all fur like and all that stuff, so that's how they could fool Isaac because he was blind at that point. And he felt the hair and he was like, "Well," he said, "You sound like what?" He said, "Your hands felt hairy like Esau," but he was like, "The voice is Jacob." He said, "Are you really Esau?" And he asked. He said, "Yes, I'm Jacob." Then Isaac said, "Now, my son, bring me the wild game. Let me eat it and give you my blessing." He ate it. And then Isaac said, what is it called? Said to Jacob, "Please come a little closer to give me a kiss, my son." So Isaac went over and kissed him. And Jacob went over to kiss him. And Isaac caught the smell of his clothes. And he was like, the clothes that was his firstborn. And said, "Oh, it really is my son. The smell of outdoors, which the Lord has blessed." And he said, "From the dew of heaven and the richness of the earth, may God always give you abundant harvest and bountiful new wine. May many nations become your servants, and may they bow down to you. May you be the master over your brothers, and may your mother's sons bow down to you. All who curse you will be cursed, and all who bless you will be blessed." And then as soon as it was finished, Esau came home from the hunt, made everything, and he said, "Sit up, father, it's time to eat." And Isaac was like, "Who are you?" And he was like, "It's your son, your firstborn." And Isaac trembled, and he was like, "Then who disturbed me from me wild game? I've already eaten it and blessed him." And yes, he was like, and Esau started crying, the firstborn, and said, "Bless me too," he begged. But Isaac was like, "Your brother was already here. He tricked me, and he's taken away your blessings. No wonder his name is Jacob," Esau said. "He has cheated me twice. First he took my rights as a firstborn, and now he's telling my blessings that you only saved one blessing for me." Isaac said, "I have made Jacob your master and declared that all brothers will be his servants, and I've guaranteed him abundance of grace and wine." And as he pleaded, dang, what the freak, my lips. Esau pleaded that, "Please, why do you only have one blessing?" And he said, finally, Isaac said to him, "You will live away from the richness of the earth and always the dew of heaven above. You will live by your sword and you will serve your brother. But when you decide to break free, you will shake his yoke from your neck." And then after that, Isaac died. And yeah, Isaac died. And he wanted to kill his brother Jacob. But Rebecca, heard about Esau's plan. So she told Jacob to run away, basically. and get away and wait until his brother's calm, and then he can come back. And that's basically the end of it. Super crazy, you can't trust. That just shows that how much, people really, I mean, they still got blessings, but just dang, really have to lie to them. Like, I want to do my brother like that because, it's helping out the family. But I hope you enjoyed this quick daily ministry with Devin. I'm always blessed to have you here today. And I hope that you'll keep remembering